If you're traveling to Iceland, one of the must-do experiences is the famous Golden Circle. But should you take a guided tour or drive yourself? With a guided tour, you will be picked up and dropped off in Reykjavik. The order of the stops may vary, but one of the first stops is usually Thingvellir. If you drive yourself here, you're going to want to come fairly early as parking is limited and you do have to pay for parking. If you come on a tour, you don't have to worry about the parking, but there could be crowds when you're looking at viewpoints and other places. A benefit of the tour is that you have a tour guide who can explain the different things that you're looking at. If you drive yourself, you can download an app that has a self-guided audio tour. The national park is absolutely beautiful, and it does have significance historically, being the first parliament. Another reason why people want to come here is because you can see the two tectonic plates separating, the Eurasian plate and the North American plate. You can even sign up to do a snorkel in the waters between these tectonic plates, and the water is so clear. You would be wearing a thick wetsuit or a dry suit. While you may not be up for actually getting in the water, do not miss out on the waterfall in the national park. After you've had your fill of exploring this national park, or it's time to head back to your bus if you're on a tour, you'll then be heading to the next stop on the Golden Circle. Now we are at Geysir, which felt a bit more touristy. The English word geyser comes from these original Geysir. The Strokjord geyser is similar to Old Faithful in that it erupts regularly, but more often than Old Faithful. After you have seen the geyser erupt, it's time to head on to Gullfoss. We didn't spend that much time here because it was rainy and we were exhausted by this point, but it is worth checking out. If you self-drive or on a private tour, you can also see this waterfall, which is called Faxafoss. We ate lunch here, and your tours are going to have some stop for lunch, and they also might include this stop, the Kerid Crater. Here's a map showing the general route if you were to start and end in Reykjavik. If you were driving, you're going to be driving about 150 miles or about 250 kilometers. So decide, do you want to spend that time driving or enjoying a relaxing ride on a tour? So some of the pros of a guided tour is that someone else is driving, especially with the unpredictable weather and some winding roads. You also will learn about the history, geology, folklore from your guide that you won't get unless you do some extra research on your own. It's also just convenient. You can take a nap, just enjoy, look out the window. It's less stress. And then you can also meet other travelers. Cons are that you're going to have specific times and places to be that your guide will tell you, so you don't have as much flexibility. You could have crowds with the other people in your group, and also you might just be visiting sites that other tourists are seeing at the same time as you. And then you can't just stop if you see something interesting on the side of the road. The pros and cons for driving yourself, that you have complete freedom. You can stop wherever you'd like if you see something interesting on the side of the road. You can avoid peak times, especially if you start really early or even to start later in the day, since a lot of the tours do start fairly early in the morning. You can also add in some of the hidden gems, like not everything might hit Kerid Crater or the Faxafoss waterfall. Especially in winter, driving yourself might be a little trickier with the unpredictable weather. You have to figure out navigation, so you can get some offline maps or hire a GPS unit for your car rental. And you do still have to pay for the car, you have to pay for the fuel, and you have to pay for parking and entrance fees at some of the sites. So there are your pros and cons for driving yourself or taking a tour along the Golden Circle in Iceland. If you'd like help planning your own trip to Iceland, reach out. I'd love to help you plan, whether you're going to do a camper van or stay in hotels, drive yourselves, or join a guided tour, multi-day guided tour. I can help you with all of that. Sign up at the links below.